Yes, people. Welcome to another midweek Sarcasm City Sports Q&A live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube, brought to you by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note, and I'm joined by one of my fellow co-hosts of the show and someone who's a regular resident of Sarcasm City TV. So I'm joined by Ryan and I'm joined by Ahmed. So we'll start with you, Ryan, man. How you doing? Everything blessed? Talk to me.
Yeah, good man. How are you?
Yep. All good, all good. Ahmed, were you telling me you good?
Blessed, my G. What about you?
Yeah. I say this like we weren't on a watch along just before, but I have to
Hey,
ask for
bro,
people that
listen,
I knew.
it's
I have to
we
ask.
gotta do it for the show, innit?
Yeah, I have to
It's for the
ask. Like,
show.
I literally seen you about an hour and a half ago or so. So I don't think that much has changed in an hour and a half of your life. Big up to everyone who was locked in on the Twitch to the Arsenal versus West Ham watch along. Don't forget after this as well, there'll be two NBA watch alongs. Both LA teams are playing. So we'll be doing it's the Lakers versus the Mavericks and then the Clippers versus the Jazz. That'll be on the Twitch. Link for them is underneath in the description. But before we have to get the midweek Sarcasm City Sports Q&A in, because this show is all about you lot in the comments. So for those that haven't seen it before, everybody in the comments, you run this show. So you get to ask us any sporting question, past or present. So it's any sport, past or present, and myself, Ryan, and Ahmed will answer all your questions. And you can put specific questions to Ryan, myself, or Ahmed, or two out of the three of us, etc., or all three of us. And like I said, you could ask Ryan a United question. You could ask me and Ahmed Liverpool questions. Like, you lot have free reign. And the reason why we created the show is because during watch-alongs, we always just get random questions, and during other shows, there'll just be random questions. So this is the time to get them off your chest as well. Lion Sniper, I have no idea what you're talking about, but big up to everyone who's locked in as well. Make sure you hit the like button on the video, though. Hit the like button on the video, share it across all the socials, and subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV. And when you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell. It is road to 4K. Big up to One Danzo, says big up the panel, large up to you. Lion Sniper, I have no idea what you are talking about whatsoever.
I think it's a chicken nugget joke.
Oh, is it? So why did he not say nuggets if it's a chicken nugget joke? Like, if that's the case. Well, yeah, chicken nuggets slap. You know what I'm saying? If we're going to start there, like, chicken nuggets do slap. And no spoilers about Spider-Man either. Let me just state that as well, people. Zero spoilers.
I stayed on with the cameras for like half an hour just talking about it. Like that.
Yeah.
Go watch it, people. It's 100% worth it.
Now Stabber says you want some chicken lad Fabinho meme. I don't follow Liverpool players memes. Ryan, what's he talking about? That's your lane.
There was this about a year ago. I think there was some video of Fabinho like saying it was it in a Scouse accent or something? I'm not sure. It was something like that. It rings a bell, but I can't remember clearly what it was about.
You want some chicken lad?
Chicken. What I'm saying when I go with Liverpool like that, and
I think it was that. I might even be making it up, but I'm sure I remember something like that.
Yeah, this is the first time I'm hearing about it. Like, I've never heard this before.
Yeah, this was time ago. This was probably like a year or two ago. I'm not sure.
I'm hella confused and befuddled, but here we are. So we had, as you can see from the title, people, COVID cancelling Premier League games. So certain games are being cancelled, certain games are being played. We've seen Watford Burnley get cancelled today. Brentford United, that got cancelled yesterday. Talks, I'm hearing that the United Brighton game on Saturday, that might get cancelled as well. But at least we've got some football going on. Because I've said before, I don't think worst comes to worst, they'll just put us back in lockdown in regards to football will still go on, but it'll be empty stadiums, which is pretty shit because I was looking forward to getting back to games. You know what I'm saying? Ollie leaves, Rolex Ralph comes in, and now they're stopping me from going to games. If anyone knows what the measures are, let me know. Because I'm trying to go to that Newcastle away game. Like, I think it's in 10 days. I think it's the 27th. It's the 27th, 28th. One of those dates anyway. And I'm trying to go. So keep me posted on that in the chat. But we'll go to you, Ahmed. Thoughts on the game we watched earlier, or what you've seen of it? Obviously, Arsenal winning 2-0 against West Ham and going into the top four. All that being said, there is teams in and around them with games in hand. But give me your thoughts on it.
This is typical Arsenal. Like, they're gonna lose against. Actually, you know what? This is the first time this season where they haven't like bottled it against a good team. Usually, the only teams they can beat are pretty shy teams. I don't know what happened to West Ham. That was 100% not a penalty, and they were disadvantaged afterwards, so they got checked by the ref. In terms of what I think of Arsenal, I mean, listen, they may be fourth now, but all of us here knows that they're fucking shit. Like, they're not a good team, and we're going to like this is the Premier League. You don't stay in the top 4 if you're not a good team. They're not top 4 contenders. I'll be surprised if they get Europa League. There are better teams out there, and in terms of the way they played, I mean, it was just an Arsenal performance, wasn't it? Like a
He
lot.
actually played well. I thought he played well. I'm not gonna lie. West Ham were not good though. West Ham were
West
not
Ham
good.
were not good, but it was an Arsenal performance in terms of like I saw their defense make like just in the second half. I saw two stupid mistakes from Gabriel and Tomiyasu, and it's one of them ones where a better team punish you for that. And I don't know what happened to West Ham today. And decisions did go their way. Regardless of that, though, like I think it's just a blip. Really, they're gonna be back in like 8th in note like soon. Just wait for it; it's gonna happen.
Yeah. Yo, Ryan, how much did you see? How much
I
of
saw
the
the
game
whole
you seen?
game, to be fair.
Thoughts on-
I think, being honest, I thought Arsenal played well. I can't lie. I expected them to I didn't expect them to win today because West Ham, good team, and Arsenal struggled against the better teams this season, kind of in and around them and above them. So I thought they struggled, but fair play to them. They actually did play well from start to finish. They should have been 1 or 2 up in the first half. Just felt West Ham never got going, to be fair. I don't think they got Antonio in the game enough. Yeah, big up stat man.
Touch up Statman every single time.
Big up.
Yeah, I don't think they got Antonio in the game enough, and yeah, Arsenal just dominated them, to be fair. And yeah, I mean, like Ahmed said, that penalty was a bit of a joke decision. I can't lie. And
Absolutely.
okay, they missed the penalty, but like the fact he got sent off for it is a joke, and it did put them at a disadvantage. But if we're being honest, it's not like West Ham were offering anything really before that, and Arsenal did deserve the win overall. But yeah, I mean, in terms of Arsenal overall, they're in the top 4. Spurs have 3 games in hand on them. United have a game in hand on them. West Ham are 1 point behind them. Like, they ain't getting top 4 in it. Like, yeah, they can get all giddy and excited now. They ain't getting top 4. They ain't good enough.
Bolgen says, what's this? I have no idea what you're talking about here, Bolgen. So I have no idea. That's more your neck of the woods. They're your neighbors. Do you know what he's talking about here, Ahmed?
The government pension fund of Norway. Well,
is it sport related?
Billion Studio. I have absolutely no fucking idea why you're asking this on a sports Q&A.
All right, so it's not a sporting question.
It's nothing to do with sport. It's a
I thought I had something to do. I thought it was funding sport or something like sport in Norway or something like that when I seen it. So I thought it's good job Ahmed's here because we can ask him because you're gonna have more idea than what I have. All right, Lion Sniper says, who's your surprise best player of the season for the bottom half teams? Let's go on, Ahmed. You can go first. That's a good question. I think someone mentioned it already. Because Juan Danzo mentioned him in his question. Probably it's Conor Gallagher, I would say.
Nah, Cornet.
You saying Cornet? You saying Cornet?
Cornet, as it's pronounced. Like he's, you didn't expect him to be cooking like that for a Brighton team. Granted, they're shit, but he's doing very, very well.
Wait, who the Burnley? You talking about my man who plays for Burnley?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cornet, the Ivorian brother, went from Lyon to Burnley. Like he's the only bright spark in that team. No one would have expected that. To be fair.
No,
like if someone comes to me and tells me they expected Cornet to back for Burnley week in, week out, you're chatting shit.
I would say, Dennis is a shout. Conor Gallagher. It's between those two. Dennis and Conor. Like I think Dennis is like is he the 4th highest goal scorer? And like in terms of G&A combined, I think he's 3rd on the list or something like that, which is crazy for a team sat 17th. You know what I'm saying? And that like crazy for a side sat 17th in a battle in relegation, because it's not like you're getting the best of service. So to be that high is like props to him. So I'd probably say Gallagher and Dennis is the 2. Ryan, what are you telling me?
Yeah, I'd say those two are probably the ones that come to mind first. They're both 2 very good players who they've really impressed me when I've seen them play. I'd probably say someone like Livramento as well. Really impressed me.
That's a good shout.
Yeah, he really impressed me still. From the first time I saw him play, I think it was against United actually earlier in the season. I was like, whoa, this guy's top player, man. He's impressed me still. So I'd probably say those 3 are the ones that come to mind quite quick, to be fair.
And hey, you lot, get the likes up. Mods, please get everyone to get the likes up. Like we're even in double figure likes. Get the likes up, you lot. And
can you get that Billion Studio guys question up, please?
All right, 1 second.
The most recent one, please. Mate, I'm Danish, not Norwegian.
There
the
we
fact
go.
that you mistake me for Norwegian, I am both offended, and you've ruined my day. How dare you? How dare you?
What do you? Yeah,
Man,
the
think I'm
one. I
Norwegian, you
think
know?
that. I think it's because I said it's your neck of the woods, and I didn't clarify that you're just in the Scandinavian region, so you're gonna know more than me. That's what it is. I think that's where he's got that mistake, and that might be on me still. I just said, obviously,
Nah,
that's
man,
your
ask me
lane.
about the Norwegian pension fund before you said anything. Fam. This guy thinks I'm Norwegian.
This guy, that's mad. What do you see the future being for Conor Gallagher, top player or mid-table style? If he carries on, he could get a big move to one of, say, like the big sides. The problem is, where does he play? Where does he go? Like, competition for those places is fierce. Is he a 10? Is he an 8? Like, where exactly is he? Is he a 10 or is he an 8?
I say he's a
Conor
10.
Gallagher.
You know what? If he carries
tell
on just being very good in attacking positions, he could
Yeah.
get in the Chelsea attack
Because Chelsea need attackers. That's true.
Exactly.
Chelsea do need players for those two positions, like aside from Lukaku, if Tuchel's going to persist with a 3-4-3/3-5-2. But we're going to see him, the future. We need to know if this is a purple patch or if he is this good. But we're going to find out. Palace the rest of this season. He's only there on loan, and then next season, we don't know. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. ABG says Arsenal have at home have a good record. They seem to. That's true.
Yeah,
Owen
wait
saying,
till
go on.
wait till in the second half of the season, Man City have to go there, New Year's, Liverpool have to go
Yep.
there, United have to go there. You know, wait till
Yep.
It's a wrap. Show's over.
It is a
Yeah.
wrap.
Show's over.
People don't
the
take
highest-
these
Yeah,
things
these
into
man have got
context.
City on New
No.
Year's, man. Wait for that, innit?
Yeah, man. Hope to start the year as it means to
Thing
continue.
is, I want
innit?
Arsenal to probably win that game as well. But
Yeah,
I'm
you
not-
need Arsenal. Yeah, they're
it's
getting
not gonna
packed on
happen,
New
is
Year's
it?
Day.
But yeah.
If I could be asked getting up that early on New Year's Day, I'd do a watch along. I ain't getting up at 12:30. Like, yo,
That's not
forget all that. Yeah, forget all that. The highest ever positive COVID tests have been reported within English clubs. The Premier League is now considering a break of around 14 days to slow transmission down. If that's what it takes, it makes sense.
Yeah.
If that's what it takes, I'm all for it. Like, as much as I don't want it to happen, that can rather than have teams having 3-4 games in hand. So it might be to do that. Because like I said, they'll continue. Football won't stop. Even if it's stopped, like it won't stop permanently, is what I'm saying. Like it will stop maybe for a period of time, whether that's 2-3 weeks, maybe longer. But they'll put it behind closed doors. And I'm pissed because I was looking forward to games. But yo, life is bigger than football. So it makes sense. Torius FAT says thoughts on the
just on
Aguero-
that, flawless. Apologies.
go Cool.
The interesting thing is like they're supposed to be upholding a very, very strict COVID protocols. And as far as I understand, before Norwich played Man United, they had some positive cases. So that game should have never gone ahead because now you're just like contaminating more clubs in that sense. So you know, something definitely needs to change. A break would be good. I think now the COVID cases are very, very high. The real question is how you're going to reschedule all of them things, especially with the World Cup coming up soon. Or rather,
World
actually,
Cup's next year,
that's
isn't
in winter. You're right, Flawless. Yeah, that's in
Yeah,
winter.
well,
they could
they'll
do that.
find a way. They'll find a way.
you know what they'll do? Just double up the game weeks. That's what they'll do. They've done this in the past. They did it last time. When did that season was? Remember when the season stopped and then it started back? Like that's what happened.
That season stopped after Christmas, no?
That season stopped in March and started in late June.
See, that's what I'm saying. They'll figure that out. They'll just double up the game weeks. So where, for instance, there'd be just one Premier League game, they'll make it 2 and treat it like they do the Christmas period pretty much. Because they're not trying.
But that's
to
the thing. There's a lot of games in the Christmas period as it stands. So in terms of scheduling, like we might see.
I'm using it. I'm using
it.
it. Yeah, it could happen. When I say the Christmas period, I'm talking about say it starts back in March. Like in March and in April, they could have it like the Christmas period in terms of 2 games in a week or 3 games in 10 days because the FA, UEFA, there's so much money involved. They will always, when there's this much money involved, the people in power will always find a way to make it happen. They found a way to make it happen during the original one. Like even when fans couldn't go back to games, but it was like, all right, we're just going to play regardless. There's too much money at stake. Champions League as well. Like, I'm thinking of that nature. World Cup. The talks is the African Cup of Nations might not go ahead. We don't know yet.
I mean,
they'll find a way.
Not to sound political, but it doesn't make sense for that to go ahead.
They should just put them all in a bubble. That's what they should do.
That could work as well. Yeah,
they could easily, if that's how you could do it. Like, I don't know who the host country is for the African Cup of Nations. Is it Cameroon? So what they need to do is similarly, they did it to the in the NBA playoffs, not last season, the season before that. Just put all the players in one place. Regular testing, everybody in one place or one campus in Cameroon. Nobody leaves, nobody enters. That sounds a bit sinister, but it is what it is. It sounds hella sinister. It sounds like say the villain would say, nobody leaves, nobody enters. Like that's what it is. And we'll get this tournament done. It's only a month, 5-6 weeks. And that's what they could do for the Premier League, to be honest. That's what I think they should do. Even though it's for a long period, you just have to stomach it and be away from your families for months on end. No, like to stop it, because this is life or death at the end of the day. So that's what they could do. They should put all the Premier League sides in a bubble too, I think.
Yeah. Go on. Do you know what as well? Like, I hope people also understand that the players are going to be some of them are going to be very different after they've had COVID, because that shit can fuck you up differently. Absolutely. Do you remember when Pogba had COVID, bro?
Yes.
Do you remember? Like, man couldn't, like, he legit looked like Lukaku back when he played for us. Like, man could only run for 30 minutes, and then he looked completely out of petrol, man. Like, people, I really hope that people understand that if you had COVID, it can mess you up very badly.
Absolutely.
And keep that in mind if you have a player that's had COVID. Like, don't go that hard in on them if they can't really run that much.
Yeah,
because they're physically not going to be very super capable of doing so.
I've had COVID. It can fuck you up. Trust me. Man knows. You know what I'm saying?
So have I.
Ryan, yeah, you've had it. Ryan, I think you've had it as well, innit? You got COVID.
I had it in July, I think.
Yeah, like I remember, like I couldn't stream nothing for like that 10-day period. Man was just bed bound. Like it just like. So yeah, of course it can definitely do that. Big up to Z Gold, says big up Flawless and Ryan. Bro, Arsenal fans are a shambles. Yeah, you could have stopped this sentence right there. They are a shambles. These men out here jumping up and down because they currently sit fourth. Arsenal fans for you, innit? When the bar is low, the bar is low.
It's very low at the moment. It's
been
low for a minute, though.
Yeah. Smith Rowe balled out for Arsenal. He played well today. I don't know in general, but today he played well.
Nah, he is a good player. One day he might get a move to a big club, innit? He is a good player.
That's true. He could, innit? Like Arsenal are that stepping stone to that next level. I hear that, man.
Yeah.
Noah says, big up Flawless and Ahmed and Ryan. Question, do you think Arteta will get sacked regardless of his nice run? We'll go to you. What are you saying, Ryan? You think he gets sacked? He stays in the job? What are you telling me?
Nah, because it's Arsenal, innit? And it's like, for them, it's not like a United where, like, kind of, if they're below the top four, it's gonna.
Timo's in the building as well.
It's like big up, bro. It's like Arsenal, if they're like seventh, which is probably where they'll finish around at the end of the season, that they're not going to sack him for that, innit? Because that's kind of what they're expecting at the end of the day, and they'll kind of be happy with that, and they'll probably see it as progress. Oh, he finished back to back 8, so he finished 7th. But I'm not being funny. They'll see it as progress, innit?
That is progress, though, fam. Huh? That is progress. That is progress. Yeah, exactly. They finished one higher up.
But we
exactly. So they'll find any excuse to keep him. It's not like they've backed him as well. It's like, if you look at like an Aubameyang, it's like they've backed him with like, because I think Aubameyang will probably leave in like January or in the summer. So they're backing the manager over like the highest paid player and captain at the club essentially. So it shows how much they back him at the moment, Arteta, which shows that they really do not want to sack him. And yeah, unless the form gets really drastic, then it might happen. But it's been drastic over the last couple of years at times when they're in the relegation zone last year, losing their first 3 games this season, and they didn't sack him. And there's no sign they're going to sack him at the moment at all. So I think he definitely lasts the season.
What are you telling me, Ahmed? Does he get sacked? Does he last the season?
Yeah, I think he lasts the season, bro. I don't think the Arsenal board and the Arsenal owners are very like. I don't think they have set their goals very high, because if that was the case, finishing 8th 2 seasons in a row, you would have got the sack. I know you won an FA Cup one season, so that makes up for it once. Yeah. But second time, nah. And especially you've stripped 2 captains of the captaincy. Like they've as Ryan said,
they're stripping everybody. It's all cheeks over Arsenal.
Actually,
yeah.
Did they not strip Xhaka?
I think Emery stripped Xhaka.
You're sure about that?
I'm sure it was
Emery that stripped
Xhaka.
But still, though,
stripping back-to-back captains. Kind of strip club settings over there. Just nothing but ass cheeks, man. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? Just nothing titties and thighs over.
They call them ass now, innit?
Yeah, serious name, but titties and thighs over at Arsenal. Yeah, what is going on? Hella stripping's going on. This is crazy.
Hella.
This is mad. Big up the panel. Brian fans ain't having Potter anymore. Over to you, actually. This is perfect for you. Hey, look over there. Don't look down. You know I'm talking to you. Yes, Ryan. Don't smile. Why are you smiling? Your guy in it. Because Adi was on a good run. It's all Graziano, Potterino, and all this crap. Next guy to do this, and that. Brian fans turning on your man. Talk about it. Right? This guy looked down like I'm not talking to him.
That's why if they're turning on him, who they're going to get that's better than him?
I have no
That's the
idea.
thing. Who they're going to get that's better than him? Like at the end of the day, they're not going to be in a relegation battle this season. Yeah, they're going through a bad run of form, but that's because they miss about 10 chances a game. It's not their fault they got Neil Mopai up front who's missing open goals most of the time. Like at the end of the day, there's not much more Graham Potter can do.
Brian should just get Origi in it.
Yeah, Origi would be sick for Brighton.
All they need is a competent striker, legit. Like imagine them with a Danny Ings.
Origi's actually a good finisher, in it. Like he's a really good finisher, and all he needs is like if he gets he'll get chances in that Brighton team. Yeah. So if he just takes them, they'll be fine. But like, and he do sick there, but I want Origi to stay in it. I can't lie, but yeah, Brighton, like I wouldn't go in on Graham Potter. Go in the quality of plays instead. That's the problem.
Yeah, cause I know they haven't won in like I think is it?
Yeah,
haven't won in 9
like, or while still. They ain't.
I think they won since September.
Games, but it's not even like they lose a lot. They draw a lot of them.
Yeah, and then obviously Wolves got a good result against them today as well. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, man, we'll see how your guy. I love how you're not calling him Graziano Potterino no more, innit? Dan says record COVID cases too is legit worse than when they took a break from it. Yeah, it's getting peak, man. Big up the panel, big up the chat, like and subscribe, and even hit that notification bell. Shout out El Jefe, my dog Ryan, and my broski Ahmed. Big up Eddie every single time. Eddie. You know what I'm saying? Like, glad up everyone who is locked in as well. Dan says, let Arsenal enjoy tonight. They've starving big time. We will be back to troll them. This is what makes trolling them so much sweeter, is that these things happen and then they get happy, they celebrate, they go on little runs, and then they get beat by a Manchester United side with Michael Carrick in the dugout and Maguire and Lindelof playing and McTominay. Then they go to Everton, who haven't won in 9, and lose at Everton with a Damari Gray last-minute winner. Like, and they play Leeds, innit? Watch Leeds move to him. Right, it's been 3 months since Brighton last won a game. Mazo. Yeah, that's kind of peak still. They'll be looking for Arsenal on the calendar list. When's the FPL show returning flawless? Soon. We're going to bring it back. Yeah. So you know what happened, people? I'll just keep it real. United got good again, innit? So then me and Bainesy just turned it into a United show. Only reason why I was doing FPL shows is because we didn't want to talk about United. And then United got good again, and it just became the Manchester United show. However, we'll make sure we bring it back. No, it will take more than Arteta for you to challenge facts. Don't forget as well, if you are a member of the channel on the Q&As, your link, your comment or question takes priority like a super chat. When Danzo says, where does Lampard manage next, or does he go to the Championship? I think Championship, because it seems the jobs he won, like supposedly he turned down the Norwich job. And that's the type of job he's going to get a team. I don't see him getting a team above battling relegation.
Flawless.
Yeah,
I actually think that I don't think he turned them down. I just think negotiations collapsed because he wanted too much money. That's what I think.
Was it? Yeah, that's going to be the level you at. That's the level he's at, though. That is the level he's at, 100%.
But you know what? Yeah, I don't think. I think he's too arrogant to take a Championship job, which is
perfect. Perfect guy for the. Sorry to cut you off. Perfect question, Mr. Proper Chelsea himself. Timo in the building. Why are you smiling? You know what I'm saying? Well, where does Lampard manage next, or does he go to the Championship?
I think the Championship will downgrade his career though, because he already managed Chelsea last season. So I would, if I were Lampard, I'll stick like where he are right now. But I feel like he needs to learn that kind of management on a basis level. I feel like in the Championship, I think he's just downgraded himself though. I'm not really a big fan of it.
I said he's downgraded himself. Bear in mind that's the Championship that you couldn't get promoted out of. You couldn't get promoted.
Yeah, man. The thing is,
this guy is proper Chelsea for real, you know.
For real, you know.
This is crazy. Downgrading. This is Lampard's got nothing on his CV.
Lampard got the Championship. Nah, just downgrading himself, man. I just think.
Where does he? He don't manage. Like I said, he manages in the Premier League teams that are battling relegation. Like someone mentioned it. Bainesy mentioned it there. Everton could be it. I don't think Everton go for him. I don't why. If you're Everton, I will ask you. Ahmed.
Everton going Ollie then.
If you go, yeah, that's a terrible idea too. If I'm Everton, do you go and get Frank Lampard? Why?
Most certainly you don't. Most certainly you don't.
Sure.
Because like when you think about it, right? Like Everton right now, like Rafa is a better manager than him, and I don't believe the Ollie rumors. So if you're Everton, you either back Rafa or you get like you don't go from Ancelotti to Rafa to the likes of Lampard and Ollie. Yeah? You just
Frankie
don't do
Lampard.
That. You just don't do that.
I don't know, man, because I feel like if he goes to Championship, he's just downgrading himself. I'm not.
All right, Ryan, what are you telling us on this?
He is a Championship manager. That's what he is.
Yeah, but
he don't have the self-awareness to understand what.
That's an unfair assessment. I can't lie.
Man, Lampard's a terrible manager, bro. Like, come on, innit? He's not good, man.
I know he's not good, but he's not a Championship manager.
He took Derby from 6th to 6th. He's a Championship manager.
Come on, that's.
He's not good, man. I know you don't want to hear it.
I know he's not good.
Yeah, he's not good then, innit?
I do have more of a managerial CV from pro clubs than that. We got like 7 promotions, 5 championships.
Lampard couldn't even get Derby promoted, man. Like, come on, innit?
We've actually got 6 trophies.
Is it 6? I don't know how many championships we won. I don't know. I know it's 5 or 6.
Up to 4, innit? We won everyone up till 4.
Yeah, because we're in Division 3 now, innit? Make sure you check out pro clubs as well. Big up JJ in the cut. And yeah, I'm not sure. Like when I look at it, I'm like, yeah, you're right, Statman Baines. He wants Leicester type jobs, but I don't see him now. I see him Norwich. I see him. Everyone down there has changed managers now. Watford have changed managers. He wouldn't go to a Burnley. Newcastle have just got Eddie Howe. Norwich have changed managers. Aston Villa have changed managers. Everton, maybe. Who else am I missing? Who else has changed managers this season? That's down that end of the table. I think that's all of them, isn't it? That's like 4 of the bottom 5 or something like that, or 5 of the bottom 6. Thoughts on Stevie G at the Villa? Yeah, man. Thoughts, Ryan, on your potential next manager at Anfield? Talk to me. What go on?
No, he's made a good start in all seriousness. What is it? It's I don't even know. Is it?
I can't believe it. Some Gerrard managerial praise from Ryan and Arsenal in top 4. Yo, the end's near, fam. Show's over. Go on.
4 wins out of 6, mind you. I mean, who wins against Norwich, a poor Leicester team? Who else? Who were the other 2 against? I've forgotten.
Nah, you beat Brighton. You beat Brighton.
Brighton.
You beat your mans. You outcoached your guy, innit? Your guy who you said you want next. You outcoached him, fam.
No, Villa are better players than Brighton. Villa
so?
are better players than Brighton. So he's always he should have won that game. But like,
sure.
Nah, I mean, it doesn't convince me that he's good enough for Liverpool job. No, innit? Like,
he's probably the next Liverpool manager.
Especially the way he came to Anfield and played. If he's planning to play like that at Liverpool, then no fucking chance in it. But like, bro, it's too early for these Liverpool fans to go, oh, look at him, going to be a great manager, good enough for Liverpool, our future manager. Like, shut up, innit? Like, no, I don't want all this sentiment FC bullshit. Just when Klopp leaves in it, whenever that day comes, just give me whoever the best manager is.
And that could be Stevie G, man.
You should hire Ollie because he grew up as a Liverpool fan, isn't it? He's actually a Liverpool fan.
No, but if the best manager in that, just give me the best manager, best in class manager. If it is Steven Gerrard at that time, then fair enough in it. But like, bro, I just can't imagine Steven Gerrard being able to compete with like Pep and these guys. Like, nah.
Yeah, I think he would ruin his legacy if he goes to Liverpool.
Bro, I ain't even bothered about that. I just want my team to win trophies, innit? I look to the future, not look at the past, man.
Yeah, you got why would you want to change it?
Yeah, go back to that. Go on. Go on, Ryan. Go. Carry on. I didn't mean to cut you off.
But I know it's going to come to an end one day, innit? It's not like Klopp's going to be here forever.
And back to the actual Lampard question as well. You lot continue to get your sporting questions in and get the likes up, man. There's just under 40 of you lot, and we even got 20 likes. Hey, mods, get on job, please, and get everybody liking the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Lampard, does he go to the Championship? This is what I wanted to get to, Ryan, because obviously you just took chance to slander him, but which is all well and good. I'm all for it. Equal opportunity slander over here.
Chelsea's worst ever manager. Yeah.
Does he go to the Championship?
You might have no option to. I mean, if he gets an opportunity at a Prem club, then you'd probably take it. But do I see that happening? I mean, Norwich almost got him, so it might actually happen in it. To what one of the lower sides might actually see, if they were to sack their manager, it might actually go for him. To be fair, but like his best chance is probably the Championship. To be fair, because that's like I said, that's his standard. Like he's not
That's his
good enough
level.
for the Prem, in my opinion, and he kind of showed that. I mean, he even struggled to get Derby promoted from the Championship, like I said. So yeah, I mean the Championship's probably the best place for him, to be honest. And if I'm being honest, with his next job, he'll probably, you know what, it wouldn't surprise me if his next job was in the Prem. To be honest, I can't lie. But like a lower team,
He's
it
got the
wouldn't
clout
surprise-
to land some job.
He's got
Shaka
clout.
Yoko.
That's the thing, yeah.
Shaka Yoko, you know what is that?
Okay, Yoko.
Yes, Bainesy, Wagwan, Jackie, Yoko, big up Lewis talking about being champions or somewhere. Not Lewis again. I second that, Bainesy.
Champions of Div 4, we know who we are.
Yeah, facts, champions at Div 4, man. Let's go. The scenes.
Hey, don't forget if we get one in St. Petersburg, we tell you lot, yeah. So
Hey, you don't want to see us. Hey, last time we booked you up in Russia and Europe, we know what happened, fam. You ain't trying to see us again.
I've run
But, yeah. You ain't trying to see us again. Dunked on you and get me in Roman's hometown. You know what I'm saying? It's home country and that. We own that shit. That's us. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, thoughts on Stevie G at Villa. We'll go to you. Timo, talk to me.
I think he just came in with a banger. Even though it's still like scrape 1-0 or 2-0 win, I think he's already getting used to some of the stuff he's been done over the past 2 years, ever since he was in Rangers. So from there onwards, I think he gained those kind of experience, and he brought that into the league. Then he brought into this Villa team, which is I'm really surprised though, because consider the fact that the Premier League is much harder than the Scottish League, and the fact that Gerrard's already getting used to it, like in a quick time of fashion. We'll see. We'll see in the next couple of months. And for Villa at the moment, I think they're just gonna being there about mid-table-ish, getting the mix in with the mid-table boys like Arsenal and all that. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see with them in the next couple of months, but looking good for the moment so far. Even though they lost 1-0 to Liverpool, I thought for me that game alone, even though I watched it on replay again, I thought they gave it a fright to Liverpool though, in that game. I thought they gave it a go. It's unlucky they lost 1-0, but yeah, that's what it is.
No, it was
Cry more, Lewis. You know what I'm saying? Cry more and that. We all remember 08. You know what I'm saying?
2008, what a year.
Yeah.
What a year.
Yeah. Like, it's crazy.
Wait, where's the mod, man? What's the hotel?
Yeah. I blocked it, man. Mods are always on job. I just dealt with it. You get me? Pick up the fake accounts, man. You know what I'm saying? They always, you know what I'm saying? Like, they bored. They always here. You know what I'm saying?
The fake accounts are the only people that work harder than you know.
Yeah, you know what? That's facts. You know what I'm saying? Like, if whoever makes them fake accounts put that energy into something, they'd be super successful. Like, their work rate is second to none. No matter what time man's here, they are here. You know what I'm saying? And that. So many email addresses. It's crazy. Innit? Well, yeah, Lewis, cry more and that. You lot continue to get your questions in as well, because we're going to close out the show in about half an hour or so. Dan says, will we see consistency in the fans with this thing for traveling fans or even home fans? All fans aged 18 or over must be able to prove their vaccine status or display proof before entering.
That tomorrow, yeah.
What you got to do tomorrow? Go on, talk to me. What you got to do?
Oh no, well actually it's kind of been there all season where like they'll do spot checks in it. Well, they say they do spot checks in it. Like they'll email you before the game. Yeah, they'll email you before the game in it, say like a day before or something, saying, you might be subject to random COVID-19 spot checks in the stadium where you'll have to provide proof of double vaccination or a negative COVID test. And I've never been tested. I don't even think I've ever seen anyone be tested there, but because it's moved to Plan B, they sent me another email earlier on saying, what did they say? I got it here actually. Yeah, I had to complete an online COVID declaration form, saying, if you've had symptoms in the last 10 days or something, you have to wear a face mask whilst moving around the stadium, unless you're exempt. You must bring documentation to a game such as an NHS COVID pass, confirmation of a negative PCR or lateral flow test, COVID recovery certificate, etc., etc. So yeah, it's just stuff like that. To be fair.
So basically, I just need a negative test. Basically,
and a mask. That's about it.
Within
a mask and a negative test.
What's the whole
Alright,
point
cool.
of telling
How
us
do these
what-
PCR tests work? Do you get them back quick? I have no idea. 'cause
Yeah,
I
you
No,
never
get back
tested.
within like a
Just-
day or
Just do
something.
like a home
Yeah.
test
Okay.
or something.
Yeah, I've got one. I've got a home test. Yeah.
Just do that, basically. Just do that.
Yeah, I've got because I got PCR tests because I'm like I said I'm trying to go to this Newcastle away game, so I need to
do the
find
home
out
test and
what's
then
going
like
on.
wait for half an hour to get your results. So
Okay, yeah, man, we'll do that. Hey, Lewis, I was in college when it happened and that glorious times in it. So that's why I know you was crying in primary school. I love it. You know what I'm saying? It's great. And yeah, you said AK the same waffle as before. Nothing new, you know, like in regards to what it's saying about
before?
the COVID. Go on, get to it.
What was it Statman asked me before? He said, "Oh yeah, Ryan, tell them about Xhaka." And Xhaka's not a bad player.
Oh
At
my
the end of the
God.
day. Like
This
he's
is-
not
this
he's
is
not
bang
he's not
average.
anything. No, he's not anything amazing,
Come
but he's not
on.
he's not a bad player. I think
Alright,
he's
my
a-
point is
bang
you actually
my
watch
point
him,
my
he's
point
actually
is
okay.
for where Arsenal are trying to go to, he's not the level of he's not a top 4 player.
Where
he's
are
not an
Arsenal trying to
Arsenal
go to?
material.
Say again. Arsenal are trying
Where
to
are
go
Arsenal
to top
trying to
4.
go to?
They're trying to
He's
go
not
top 4.
Arsenal
That's the aim.
material. He's not the Arsenal
Yeah, top
material.
They're
four.
trying to go top 4.
They
Say
just
again?
What
must.
you have to remember is Granit Xhaka, yeah. Granit Xhaka he actually balls out for Switzerland. And you have to remember how
God.
hefty Arsenal tax is when you get there. Look at Thomas Partey. Bet you still rate Thomas Partey. He plays shitter than Xhaka.
This is not what we're
Xhaka
doing.
well outperforms Thomas Partey at Arsenal. All the
I'm
time.
not even this.
I'm not
even
saying
saying
Xhaka's
that.
anything amazing. I just don't think he's a
What?
bad player. I think he's
My-
a good player. That's
My
it.
point is, my point is he doesn't start for anyone in the top 4. He's not Champions League,
No, he
Premier
doesn't. He
League
doesn't.
level. Yeah,
He doesn't.
that's
But
legit
he's not
all
a
I'm
bad
saying.
player. He's got a decent passing range. He's got decent vision. You know, he's not a bad player.
He's
at
a bang
all.
average player.
He's just not
Yeah.
great.
Well,
That's
he's
it.
average. Yeah, he's bang average.
I don't think he's
He
average.
is.
I'd probably say he's a bit above average. I don't think he's bad at all.
Well,
He's definitely not.
I just think he does stupid stuff as well at times, to be fair. I think he lacks a bit of discipline, to be
to
fair.
me, just a left-footed John Joe Shelby without the passing range. But here we are. Dan Levitt says, "Is this the end of the road for Bielsa?" Hey, tell me I'm lying. Is he not John Joe Shelby with a left foot and without the passing range? They're both hotheads. Both get sent off for stupid
No, they are
things.
both hotheads, to be fair. I can't lie.
What's the difference between John Joe apart from so he's just a John Joe Shelby with hair, basically? Is that what we're saying? He's the long-haired John Joe Shelby.
You could argue that, to be fair. You could argue.
You know what
I
I'm
think
saying?
John Joe's probably a bit more talented on the ball for me. but-
Absolutely. That's why I said without the passing range. That's why I called him John Joe.
His
If
passing
you,
range ain't bad, to be fair. He's
it's
actually
worse
got a
than John
decent
Joe
passing
Shelby's
range.
though.
I
If
say
you
John
shave,
Joe's is better, but Xhaka's got a decent passing range.
what I'm saying, if you
not a bad
shave
player.
if you shave Xhaka bald and give him and he's right footed instead of left, he's just a worse version of John Joe Shelby.
But do you rate
you
Thomas
know.
Partey?
No, Arsenal, no. I rated him before that, but no, I don't know what's happened. I think he's been
'cause
Arsenal.
Xhaka
That's the
absolutely-
you know what? That's the
outperformed
second
Xhaka's
Atletico
Partey.
midfielder coming to the Premier League and looking like shit.
Look
Yeah,
at what
man.
Arsenal
That's-
tax does to you, though.
Personally, I blame Tommy Tuchel, but here we are. We're
I blame
sounding
Arsenal
against when we
tax
move.
for all these players going to shit. These man made Ozil look bad at times, and Ozil's one of the best. He's arguably the best 10 of his generation.
Yeah.
And the Arsenal
Right.
made him look shit at times.
They did make him look bad. They did.
That
Absolutely.
says it all about Arsenal tax.
This is a good question. I want to get to this actually. Big up Dan. He says, "Is this the end of the road for Bielsa after himself saying it's the worst performance in his 4 years at the club? Is this the end thought?" I didn't know he said that. I believe he said that because you brought it up. If he has, that's mad. If he has said that. And I watched them, they were awful. City were very good, don't get mistaken. But there's basics you can do to like stop the opposition. Like City will play. Who did City draw in the FA Cup? Who did they get? QPR or Reading or
Oh,
some
they
shit?
got like
or-
Swindon or something like
Yeah,
that.
Swindon. Swindon will go there and defend better than Leeds did. And they don't have anywhere level. They have nowhere near the level of defender Leeds have. Leeds don't have good defenders. But my point is, Swindon are a much worse side. I don't even know where they are in the English pyramid. But they'll go there and put the fundamentals in place. They'll sit 10 men behind the ball and actually try and make it difficult. And they could get beat 7, but they'll make it more difficult. It was very easy for Manchester City. Very easy. Leeds trying to pass out from the back and just passing the ball straight to Manchester City, like in their own third. Like it's a recipe for disaster. But do I believe it's the end of the road? Yeah, they have had a lot of injuries. And injuries can hit, especially down there when you're down the bottom end. But yeah, long may it continue, because I want Leeds to get relegated. Fuck Leeds. Your thoughts on it? What are you telling me, Ryan? Is it the end of the road for Bielsa?
I won't say at the moment. No, I don't. I don't think he'll get sacked. They won't sack him because he's too loved there at the club, and he's done a great job there. Yeah, it's not going well this season, but he's done a brilliant job there at Leeds. I think he's got enough credit in the bank, and plus he has had the excuse, like you said, of injuries. He's had his best striker out. Calvin Phillips is out. I think he's had others as well. He's having to put all these youth players on the bench and in the lineup and stuff. So he's got an excuse for that. But yeah, when he gets his players back, then then I say judge him more. But I don't think they sack him. I could maybe see him walking maybe at the end of the season, depending on maybe. I don't think they get relegated, by the way, as well. I think they stay up. But let's say if he doesn't get backed in the summer, then I think he's a sort that might walk away. To be fair, instead of being
Ahmed, what are you
sacked.
saying? End of the road.
Bielsa is notoriously known in relation to Leeds to only sign 1-year extensions. Right now, it's not going good, and I can't recall Leeds having signed like an extraordinary amount of players or anything, of worth noting. It might be one of them, and Bamford's been out for a while, which is also something you sometimes have to keep in mind. But I could easily see Bielsa not extending his deal with Leeds. At the same time, though, is one of them ones where Leeds might also want him to move on and try to get a new manager to take them into someone that can maybe do better with very little. So that's my thoughts on it.
Super Frankie Lampard.
Nah, he's shit, man. He's good.
Timo,
He'll get them relegated.
Timo, what are you telling me? What's your thoughts on Bielsa? Is it the end of the road? Is it the end of the road for him?
I think it's not the end of the road yet for Bielsa, but if the performance getting worse and worse this season, I do think he would want to have the rethought again about that signing that extension, and maybe we'll wait till the end of the season until all the players healthy. But it's just one of those days that Leeds are going through a rough patches after rough patches against big teams like of Chelsea and Man City. Even though we're luckily scraped through against Leeds on Saturday, but yesterday's performance, I think, it's just kind of summed up how fell back Leeds are right now. Normally, from the last season, they thought they were going to be the one that that can hamper the top four, the big boys, trying to get in them the big boys. But nah, at the moment it's just like they are what they are right now. It's because I'm not saying that Bielsa is that bad of a manager, but I feel like he just kind of understaffed at the moment.
I'd say he's at the end again. Injuries, especially down there. We see it with Chelsea. We've seen it with Liverpool last season. When you get injuries, even big clubs feel it. So when you take out a Calvin Phillips and you take out a Patrick Bamford, the players backing it up, and especially because of the way that Bielsa plays, because it is literally attacking vibes. Like there's no defensive structure. Like there's very, very little defensive structure for the most part. Like he's literally on, you score 6, we'll score 7. And that's all well and good if you're a Manchester United. I'd love us to take that approach. At Liverpool, at Chelsea, at City. But if you're at Leeds United, that we score 6. I mean, you score 6, we score 7. It's probably not the route to go. Which you might happen where you score 0 and you concede 7, as we seen yesterday. And Manchester United battered them. I'm sure, I don't know what their defensive record is, but I know it's not the greatest because they just don't seem to defend. And big up C1 who says Jack is shite blood. That's crazy. Z, question for you. Since you might need backup forwards at Liverpool, would you take Nketiah from Arsenal, Ryan?
I'd rather have Barini back, I can't lie. Don't want Nketiah, man. He's shite. Nketiah's rubbish, man. Like, he's a championship player at best, bro. Like, he ain't good. Yeah, like I'd rather have Fabio Barini back at Liverpool.
Hey, put some respect on Barini, man. Was he not your number 10 at one point? What did he have? What was his number shirt? What was his number on his shirt? Was it
17? 29 at 17. One time, I think.
Yeah. I thought it was 17. I swear he was 17.
Did he have? I don't think he had 17. I think that was Sacco's number at the time.
Okay, I'm tripping.
17. I don't think he had 17. Barini had 29. Was one of his numbers. I forgot. Did he have another one? He had another one. Did he have 9? I don't think he had 9. Was it 19? I don't even know. But he definitely had 29. I remember once. I forgot if he only had that number. I forgot if he had another one. I'll have a look.
Oh, Bainesy's saying he deserves to get sacked. Ahmed, we'll go to you. Does Bielsa deserve to be sacked?
I think Sadman's talking about himself.
This guy.
Now go the one above. I think he's talking about himself.
He's talking about what do you mean himself? Like get sacked from what? Who's he managing?
The FPL team.
Thoughts on your maybe getting sacked by your FPL team, Mazo. That's kind of peak for Bainesy and that. Yeah, my FPL's in the toilet as well. I ain't gonna lie. But that's because my football team's back, so I don't care. Rolex Ralph is in the building. You know what I'm saying? The only man.
Ralph.
Yawn. Wait, what's going on?
Well then,
just disappeared, innit?
We got the scene for ourselves. What do we do, boys?
Yeah, what's everyone saying then? Statman saying, yeah, I'm answering the comment. Does he mean Bielsa? He thinks Bielsa should get sacked.
My bad, I caught off by accident and that. You know what I'm saying? That's just
deserves to get sacked in all seriousness.
Yeah. That's just the energy and excitement that Rolex Ralph brings.
I'm right. He was talking about himself.
You only win like 1-0. You scraped 1-0 against Norwich to the penalty. Smash them with 7.
Hey, you just hating because we put your boy Billy Gilmore in a spliff, fam. That's what it is, isn't it?
Spliff.
Nah.
Billy Gilmore got wrapped like a doner kebab, fam. Got wrapped like a head wrap. You know what I'm saying?
Ronaldo's tax. It is what it is.
What tax? Oh, you mean Ronaldo winning the penalty because he's just great?
Exactly.
I just want to say in it that
we were back in 2016.
I just want to say a couple things. One, where to string a bell. I want you to put the word out there. We back up.
I prefer Daniel Wellington Clark, not Rolex.
Secondly, Ralph Ragnick is the only manager in Premier League history with an 100% record. Thirdly, Ralph Ragnick is the only manager in Premier League history with an 100% home record. Fourthly, I don't even know if that's a word, but we're running with it. Ralph Ragnick is the only manager in Premier League history that has an 100% away record. Fifthly, I know that's definitely not a word, but we're running with it. Rolex Ralph is the only manager in Premier League history never to concede a goal in the Premier League. Talk about it. History, record breakers. You know what I'm saying? We out here.
What? Only
managers undefeated. Huh?
Come on. Only scored 1 in each game? Come on.
Yo, did we win?
Yeah.
Have we not got 6 points from 6?
Yeah.
Are we not undefeated, undisputed? Exactly.
No.
Right,
we don't have 2 clean sheets.
We have 2 clean. See, I forgot about that. The only manager to have clean sheet, 100% clean sheet record in Premier League history. Your guy out here conceding 2 to Leeds. You know what I'm saying? Talk about it.
Marcus Alonso tax.
What about the second one?
Christensen tax. Even though
Whoa.
I said Christensen tax, you know. What did Christensen do? I said, yeah, that's true. Christensen was
defender. Watch yourself.
Yeah, best defender off the bench.
He's not here anyway. Don't worry, he's not here.
Hey, you're taking liberties now, bro.
He's having a night out. Don't worry, he's not here. I'm doing a gem. I'm doing.
You're gonna get panned by your next team. Who, Brighton? We moving to Brighton, a team that haven't won in September. We ain't Arsenal. You know what I'm saying? Everybody getting moved to. Do we look like Arsenal? Do we look like Liverpool? We ain't struggling at home to some Seagulls. Are you mad? You know what I'm saying? We moving to Brighton. We beat them last time in added on time. No, the game was finished and we moved to them. And that was under Ollie tax. Imagine what we gonna do under Rolex Ralph.
On a real
Ralph.
On a side note, Seagulls are fucking dangerous people. Don't underestimate them.
Yeah, dangerous depending on who it is. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I'm talking about the actual animal. And like it's fucking dangerous. Don't underestimate it just because we chat shit.
Don't underestimate seagulls.
Nah, I'm for real, man. Right. Do you know how fucking dangerous the seagull actually is?
Oh my god. Dan says put Cody and SA in your FPL and then it's sorted for the rest of the season. Yeah, I need to sort out my FPL. I've had a meh. Because my team's back, I don't particularly care now. Like that's legit what it is. I couldn't care. You lot continue to get your questions in as well. You talking like Arsenal fans? Who's talking like Arsenal fans? I'm talking like a Manchester United fan because we have Rolex Ralph at the helm. Ralph Ragnick, where to Eddie, Double R Mafia in the building. Ain't hearing nothing. If you've lost it, if your manager's lost the Premier League game, I don't want to hear from you. If your manager doesn't have a 100% home record in the Premier League, I don't want to hear from you. If your manager doesn't have a 100% away record in the Premier League, I don't want to hear from you. If your manager's not undefeated and never lost the game in the Champions League, I don't want to hear from you. Your
We all
manager's
do
not got a
respect.
100% clean sheet record in the Premier League. I don't want to hear from you.
We all do respect. We not haven't faced big size yet.
Hey, forget all that. You know what I'm saying? And that you ain't faced no big sides, and you conceded 2 to Leeds.
Marcus Alonso tax.
You know what I'm saying? You against Burnley.
Hefty tax after Ollie.
This guy, you know, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. This.
And
Can't
Lampard
believe I'm
tax is
here.
more hefty than that.
I can't lie. Alonso tax is hefty. That left hand
Would you,
side moving up.
would you still take him back if Tuchel left Timo?
Who?
Frank Lampard.
I'll say it with chest. 100% in the next 5-10 years time. 100%.
No, don't try to change the
That's
question.
not what we said.
No, that's not what we asked. This guy thinks he's slick. Are you learning from
I'll
Satman
say it
Danes?
right here. 100%. Well, I'll take Lampard back. We've got Super Frankie Lampard. He knows exactly what we do. Tomorrow at the back, time in the top, just go with Champions League. We've got Super Frankie Lampard. He knows exactly what we do. Tomorrow at the back, time in the top, just go with Champions League. Bring back
So both those players.
The fact that he won the Champions League without that manager or either of those players is hilarious. But we move. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy. What is going on, man? What is happening? It's crazy. You lot, go on, fam.
Moderna attacks people. First dose of vaccine make me nuts. Go nuts. So sorry, guys.
Oh my god, this
All
guy.
right, we're just gonna move on from that.
Yeah, we that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're just gonna quickly shift on from that, innit? Arsenal fans out here on Twitter comparing Arteta to Klopp. Oh my god, that's Arsenal fans. He is proper
What's
fucking
wrong with
Chelsea.
him, man? Like,
You know what I'm
seriously.
saying?
Of course, look, I'm
See,
a proper fucking girl. What are you talking
look
about?
at this
I
guy,
got
you know.
that. I got that yellow. See, let's go. Moving like
This guy,
see?
you are proper Chelsea. I do respect it.
Proper.
Did you slap the badge?
See that badge? The reigning champion badge, yeah.
Oh my
Hold
God.
that. Hold that. Hold that.
I can't stand this guy at times, you know. This shamelessness is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Absolutely. All right, 5 minutes for closing out the show, people. So get your final questions in because we will be moving over to the Twitch for 2 NBA watch-alongs. First and foremost, the Dallas Mavericks versus the LA Lakers, and then we have the Clippers versus the Jazz people, and I'll be going down on the Twitch. But we'll still be answering your sporting questions on there as well. And you're right, Casey. They ain't even there anymore. You know what I'm saying? And Bogan says, respect the 2-time best manager, Rolly Ralph Lauren. You know what I'm saying? And I like that. Rolly Ralph Lauren. That's cold. We got bare names for this guy. Let's go.
I'm after you in the building.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We got more names for this guy than certain clubs have Champions Leagues, but we move. But yeah, as we were saying, yeah, don't pay attention to no Arsenal fans on socials. It's what games are tomorrow? Well, technically today now. We've got
Chelsea,
Liverpool,
Everton, Liverpool, Newcastle.
All right, thoughts on Chelsea, Everton, Timo? Confident going into that game? Shook.
Yeah,
Obviously, Everton are in
100%.
poor form, so you should be confident.
I think we have no excuse for tomorrow. I think we have to go there, just put a performance, you know, just make another statement. You know, Man City's trash, Leeds 7-0. Why can't we, you know, beat Everton as well? So no excuses for them lot. They got lots of injuries. We got Kante, Chalba coming back to the bench. So onwards and upwards tomorrow, man. I think we're gonna smash them.
Okay, man said if you're going to smash him. Over to you, Ryan. Obviously, Liverpool, Newcastle. I'm saying, I know you're shook to the double pivot of Willock and John Joe Shelby. However, confident going into that game?
Yeah, I'm confident going into that game still. You know, we're in a very good run of form. Defensively looking really good. Controlling games a lot better now as well, which we weren't doing before the international break. So since the international break, I think we've won 5 in a row in the league and kept 4 clean sheets and only conceded 1 goal. So we're looking good defensively, which was, you know, the biggest doubt before the international break. And so we're looking good in that way. And yeah, I think we'll be fine at home. No disrespect to Newcastle, but you know, I like Eddie Howe.
No disrespect. Fuck Newcastle. You know what I'm saying? But
I like Eddie Howe. I like John Shelby. I like the
Billy in the bag. Billy in the bag. Billy in the bag.
Yeah, like I like their manager. I like Shelby. I like Sir Maximan. But yeah, we should have enough for them tomorrow. Pretty easy. I'll go for like 2 or 3-0, comfortable.
Comfortable
Quick
2-3-0.
Would you prefer Maximan over Mane?
Yeah.
That just goes to show how much you don't rate Mane, because I know you're not a fan of St. Maximin.
I think me.
Yeah,
I'm a fan
you
of
know-
St. Maximin.
Oh, you're a fan of St. Maximum? Okay, I
Yeah,
stand corrected.
I like him.
I stand corrected. I thought you
I
weren't
really
a fan,
like
but
him.
go on,
Actually. I
carry on.
think he's a very good player.
Go on, talk about it.
Fair enough.
No, I just think I look at obviously there's stuff lacking in his game, like his decision making and end product, but I look at him and I think he's got much more ability than Sadio Mane naturally. I think he's got a higher ceiling than him, and I just think look at what Klopp's done with the Salah and a Mane, and in particular Mane, and look what he could do in my opinion with St. Maximin, who's young, got more ability for me, and like I just think what he could do with St. Maximin in that system and in that team. And Mane's been useless for about a year.
So Ryan, you're telling me that Sadio Mane is not the best player in the world?
In the world?
Definitely not. Definitely
Say in the
not.
world?
He had 3 years, I'd say, where he was top. 3-4 years maybe where he was top, but since we won the league, he's not been good enough. He's not been good enough.
Well, we'll find it. We'll find out. And
Not
what, so we
good
got
enough.
so
He
we
hasn't
got
been good enough.
we got Liverpool, Newcastle, obviously Chelsea, Everton. What's the other game tomorrow? Is there another game? Is it Leicester?
Leicester Spurs.
Spurs. I thought
That's
so. Not
probably
Ryan.
gonna get
Is it going
postponed.
ahead? Yeah, I know Spurs
I
have
think
had
it's
issues with.
going ahead. Yeah, it's going ahead.
Surely not.
All right, so let's say it's going ahead. We'll go to you, Ahmed. Leicester Spurs. Who you got in that game?
Well, on one side you have half the Spurs squad out. Or what was it? 13 players out with COVID.
Is it 13?
Yeah,
Mad.
something along those lines. On
Didn't
the other
know that.
hand, as Neil said in the earlier streams that people could check out on the Sarcasm City Twitch, Leicester. Neil said that Leicester have every single centre back injured, so they're playing
Yep.
non-centre backs as centre back.
That's mad.
But when you have 13 players out, first teamers, I don't think you can win. They'll be happy with a point, and this is not a good Leicester this season. So, taking that into account, like I just think Spurs are way too disadvantaged to get anything more than 1 point at the very most. They have to basically rely on Leicester putting in a shit performance like they've been doing for most of this season.
Oh, I hear that. And Akuma here says Newcastle got trillions. These men will not mind going to the Championship and rebuilding the structure from the ground up in a less pressured league. I disagree with this. Newcastle going down is the worst thing that can happen to them.
Yeah.
Because that puts their project back at least 3-4 years.
And I
Because
don't
you
think
go
it's
down,
a less pressured league as well.
yeah, like it's not a less pressured as Leeds. They couldn't get out of there. You know what I mean? And they were spending money down there, I do believe. I'm not sure. Obviously, nowhere near the levels Newcastle are, but is Eddie Howe going to want to stay on, number one, if they are in the Championship? Two, that now
I think
affects
he
the
would.
players.
I think Eddie Howe would stay on.
If Eddie Howe does stay, that now affects the players you can get in terms of caliber of players. Like we were talking about, say, a Jesse Lingard, a Donny van der Beek, a Dele Alli. Let's just use those three for an example. Why will any of those three now want to go to the Championship? Like this sets you back 2 or 3 years, because people have to understand Newcastle, like their team is awful. Like their team is awful. Like they have St. Maximin, they have Callum Wilson,
They'll
Shah's
lose
half
those two
decent.
though if they get relegated.
That's it. And if they go, they could easily lose those two. Then you have to go and replace those two. Because Newcastle currently are a relegation battle inside. So they're trying to go from fighting relegation to solid in mid-table, to then top 8, top 7 Europe, then to top 4, then to winning Premier Leagues and Champions Leagues and challenging. People don't understand the gap just from relegation to top 7 is massive. That is huge. And you just don't do that just like that. And you have to get everything right. Them going down is the worst of the worst that can happen to them if they get relegated. Absolutely. And I'd love to see it because I think it will make great content. And I can't stand Newcastle, so fuck them. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Kendall each and every time. But yeah, that's not it whatsoever. Akuma says, if you had to pick Gallagher or Gilmore to keep at Chelsea, who do you keep? Timo. Well, that's a question for you, that.
Ooh, it's a hard one because we do need the. I don't think we can bring back Gilmore to the league because of the clause in the contract.
Mm-hmm.
So we can bring back Gilmore. If I had to pick, probably Gallagher because I think is a. I've seen enough what he's been doing in the Palace. I think he can be good enough to be in the first team. Gilmore also, That's my second pick actually. But the problem is that clause in the contract you can't bring him back.
Okay. But if you could keep, so if you had to pick one, though, so say you had the option at the end of the start of next season, you got to keep one and you got to sell one. Are you picking Gallagher or Gilmore?
I would keep Gallagher though, just for the longer term purposes. I don't think Gilmore going to stay in this team if he's playing second fiddle.
I'd agree with Timo.
Fair dues. And don't forget, people, we are going to close out this Q&A right now. However, the NBA stream has already started on the Twitch, so head over there. The link for the Twitch is underneath in the description. All you need to do is download the app. And in the same way you comment and watch on YouTube is the exact same way you comment and watch on the Twitch. It is an NBA stream, so we will be doing the Dallas Mavericks versus the LA Lakers. But the same way we've been answering your questions, we'll answer your questions on there as well. I'll be joined by Timo. Peter will probably join. When the Surfer will be over there. Cams will be over there. The usual NBA regulars, and it's a double header as well. Lewis will probably join. Not only do we have the Mavs and the Lakers, we then have the Clippers and the Jazz following that. So you're getting content for the entire night, people, all the way from now. And we've been live from 8, so all the way from 8 p.m. all the way till 6 a.m. You're getting basically 10 hours of content on Sarcasm City TV, pretty much straight all the way through. Like just 10 hours straight. But we'll go to you, Ahmed. Anything you want to add before we close out the stream?
Nah, just pick up the Mandem as always.
Well, man, love. Timo?
Yeah, we're going to switch on Twitch, guys, so stay tuned for that.
Yep. Ryan?
Yeah, just make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new and all that stuff, innit?
Make sure you do that. Check out the upcoming live stream schedule as well. It lets you know the shows that are coming up for the rest of the week as well, people. But like I said, get over to the Twitch. Subscribe here, road to 4K. Hit the like button, subscribe like everybody already stated. Head over to the Twitch. Big up to everyone that's locked. The Sarcasm City Sports Q&A will be back Sunday. You can catch it every Wednesday night, every Sunday night. Weekly shows here, answering all your sporting questions. And this has been the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Big up for tuning in.